This is Holger from moremetal.com and Pit Camp Productions, and right beside me is Steve Forrest from Placebo, and we're gonna talk a bit to Steve. So Steve, is that the second time for you in Berlin?
No, this is, I think, my fourth time in Berlin. We came before the tour began to do a lot of promo work, and then the band that's opening up for us, Expatriate, they live here, so they took us out. And then I've been here a few times for gigs, and then we were here for the EMAs, which was really awesome. Which is actually right around the corner.
Yeah.
We were rolling up, I know that place. But yeah, Berlin's wicked, man. It's only a shame that we had to drive out tonight. We really wanted a day off because, I mean, Berlin's such a crazy party city, you know, but it's a really, really fun place to be.
Looking back on the musical thing, you are coming out of, let us call it, punk band, Evelyn. So your roots are a bit more harder music?
Drum-wise, yeah, you know, I mean, I grew up with, you know, playing along to Buddy Rich records and The Who and of course Zeppelin, like a lot of drummers do, because those are some great. But then also, I used to play a lot of old punk things. A lot of At the Drive-In, used to play at the Drive-In all the time. Lots of Dredge, Deftones. Yeah, things like that. I always used to love rock drums, and it wasn't until I started maturing a bit as a person and as a drummer that I started getting into jazz and lighter things, because you got to be a well-rounded drummer. You got to be able to play pop, as you got to be able to play, you know, experimental rock. So Placebo has been really good for me, because my other band, I have 4 or 5 time signatures in one song, and Placebo is a lot more straight, so it got me to be a lot more solid, and it's helped me a lot.
For what it's worth. For what it's worth. For what it's worth. For what it's worth.
How has it changed for you to come on all these big venues now and in front of this extreme big audience, and the change of life that happens now? Must be exciting.
It was very exciting. It was funny because I didn't have a whole lot of time to get too excited, you know, because it was such, you know, so busy that it's like, all right, you got to get used to it really fast. But it still does take my breath away every now and then. You sort of play in front of anywhere from 10 to 100,000 people. Festival season, we played up to about 100,000. And just sort of looking out over that. When you get sort of time just to stop moving around so much, just sort of look out and you see all these people. Oh my gosh, like, this is what I do for a living. I do this every single day. I play for thousands upon thousands of people, and it's like, in no way, shape, or form is that boring or, you know, not cool. Some jobs you wake up and you say, I don't want to go, but this job, you might not want to get up and do a lot of things, but you can always find time to play. That's the best part of every day.
So what about the age difference in between you, Brian, and Stefan? It's quite about 14 years, I guess, no?
Yeah, about 13, 14. We don't really notice it, you know? It's funny, because they're like big kids, you know? And
do they take care about your sometimes?
I think at first they were definitely more motherly around me, but then it's like, mate, it's like, you know, I don't know, I see things a little differently than most people my age, I suppose. I don't know, whatever it is, I can handle myself pretty well. And plus, you know, I think they've helped me sort of grow up, and I've helped them go down a little bit, so we sort of meet in the middle, and like, when we're around each other, we don't notice it, and definitely when we're on stage, I mean, it's just like, there's no age gap at all. We just play, and it just works. So, don't really notice.
The tour is running some few more dates in Europe, or some more dates in Europe. Then, in the beginning of next year, you're going to Australia.
Yeah.
Ever been there before?
No, I'm looking forward to it as well.
Excited about?
Yeah, I've always wanted to go to Australia, and hopefully we'll have expatriates going with us as well, because they're from Australia. Show us around and everything, but I'm looking forward to it, because another thing is I really, really love to surf, and it's been about 2 years since I've been able to, so finally getting out of Europe and going to Australia will be a good thing, so I can actually surf, which is nice.
Another thing that would be kind of interesting is how big is the part of what you brought into Battle for the Sun? Did you take part in the songwriting, and or it's only Brian that is writing the songs?
No, it was sort of a mixture between 3 things. One thing was, you know, Brian would, you know, he sort of would write a song, just him, acoustic guitar, bring it in. Me and Steph would sort of take it and build on that and write guitar parts and drum parts and backing vocals, etc. Other things, you know, sometimes Brian and Steph would together write a song and sort of bring it to me with maybe like, you know, this before I joined the band, you know, they send it to me by email and had a little drum machine sample. And then the other way was we'd write songs organically, all 3 of us, you know, Battle for the Sun, Speaking Tongues, Bright Lights, Unisex, songs like these were all written from the ground up, just from us jamming. And I'm guessing, you know, as the albums go on, you know, it's going to be more and more like that. It's just because they had so much material written before I joined the band. It was just like, so I just sort of came in and just wrote all the drums to it and just, you know, and tried to mess with dynamic here and there. The good thing, it was really open writing session. Everyone was like, you know, Steve Chudis on drums, and why don't you hold off on vocal right here, you try this guitar bit, and we always just sort of tossed around ideas, and it was really, really lovely, you know.
When I made my research about you, I was reading that you are driving up the speed a bit in, for the old songs, for the new songs, everything sounds a bit more fast.
Yeah. Well, I tried, you know, we couldn't speed too much of him up, but I just tried to make him a little more groovy, because I think that, even though I really respect what Steve Hewitt did, I wanted to sort of come in and bring a little, you know, a little bit of life and a little bit of groove into a lot of beats that I felt maybe were a little more flat than others. Yeah, that's just my personal opinion, doesn't mean that they actually were that way. But Brandon and Steph were keen on it because they've been playing the songs the exact same way for so long. They said, Steve, mess with them, you know, do what you want. So that's why, yeah, I tried to sort of give them a little more, come on, you know, these songs have the potential to be really massive and like in your face, but they're not there yet. Let's get them going, you know? So I tried to bring that. I suppose just the way I play drums as well, that's just naturally the way I like to make things exciting. Even if it's a really slow, like jazzy beat, even just making that just groove just right so it just hits you.
And the two old guys can follow.
Yeah, nothing's too fast, thankfully.
So was it easy for you to come into the older songs, Every You, Every Me?
Yeah, because I love those songs, you know, very much. And practicing them before joining the band in my garage, I used to always play along with them anyway, and I learned all the albums before I joined anyway. And so when they were like, okay, we're gonna try this old song today, everyone in the band, like Brian and Steph, was sort of like, you know, I'm playing for 15 years now. I was like, yeah, let's do it. You know, let's absolutely. I'm ready. I've been waiting fucking 4 months for you to suggest us playing this song.
When do you have any dates already for the for a US tour or something? It must be exciting for you to come to your home country and play in a band that is probably not so extremely known like in Europe.
Yeah, I really want to get to do a show over there in the States. I mean, on one hand, it's a great market. On the other hand, I mean, I don't really agree with a lot of the United States mentality. But that's another story. It's gonna be, it'll be nice. I don't know what dates are being made right now. I'm sure they're still working it out. We haven't gotten anything yet.
Are you looking forward to that point, or
yeah, I think
something?
I think it'd be lovely. You know, you know, sort of show America what a good band is. You know, I think a lot of the best music that comes out of the States are known in other countries and not really in its own country. I think the majority of the things that you're gonna hear on the radio is all shit, worse than over here in Europe. It's bad. So I would really like Placebo to go over there and sort of make a dent. You know, it's sad that it took 15 years to do that, but I mean, this year we broke the top 50, which is the first in ever Placebo history. So I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be really good.
Okay, let's change the subject. You know something in German or what? You told me before.
Oh no, there's just certain words that Brian and Steph will say, and I'll know. Yeah, super geil and Schwanzkäse. Mein Saft, dein Saft, lieber Saft. I know all that shit means, yeah.
Okay. Probably one last word to the viewers of moremetal.com. Something you have to say and tell to the viewers.
For all you viewers at moremetal.com, if you like harder music and you thought Placebo was one of those bands that didn't really fall into that category before, you should come see our gigs now, because we hold our own just with the other rock bands, and I think it's something very powerful you should see. If not, then find something you do enjoy and have a good day.
Steve, thank you very much. All the best wishes for the future, for the tour, that everything runs well.
Thank you very much, man.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure. Cheers.
Got no lover, got no friends, got no lover.